Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for watching today guys. Thank you. What is happening to the camera? If this is your first time here guys, do not forget subscribe to the channel and support the movement. Before you start watching this video, please like this video and share to at least one person. Press that like button now, subscribe below and share to one person. Thank you so much for understanding. I know you are going to do that. So guys, today's video I want to talk about how you can apply for residence permit to move to Austria as an international student in 2022. I do understand that a lot of students who apply to Austrian universities are actually on the verge of maybe taking an online exam or online interview or something. Yes, I'm aware because I know I actually did it for some people. So they are actually taking their exams from Monday. So if you have applied, make sure you pay attention to the exams, all right, because it's going to be the deciding factor here. If you apply to a university in Austria and you have an entrance exam, make sure you take it. It is going to be a deciding factor. Do not forget that. Now, again, also understand that most schools in Austria are going to be taught in English, or let me say most programs in Austrian universities are going to be taught in English language, all right? So if you have an admissions letter, make sure you verify first in case you didn't verify, because some people are applying without checking, all right? Yes, it's possible for a university in Austria to give you an admissions in a German language course without you understanding. It's very possible. So if you want to apply for a program in Austria or in any university, being it the University of Vienna, the University of Innsbruck, or the Technical University of Vienna, make sure you verify if the course is taught in English language, entirely English language, so that you do not have problems learning the course while lectures begins, okay? Now, again, if you must apply for a residence permit, it is not a student visa this time, it is a residence permit. Let's assume you are taking the visa, all right? Then it is cool. When you arrive Austria, you do your residence permit. But if you are applying from Abuja, know that it's going to be a residence permit. And what are some of the documents you need to apply for the residence permit to study in Austria in 2022? Now, let me also quote here that things may change, all right? And things can still remain the same. So make sure you keep checking the embassy's website. I also noticed that a lot of international students don't even check the embassy's website. Even people who want to apply for visas. Now, there is something on the website which is talking about the legalization. If you got an admissions in a university in Austria without legalizing your documents, make sure as you watch this video now, take your documents to the Ministry of Education, take your documents to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Education, Foreign Affairs, for them to legalize in your home country. Nigerians, Cameroonians, Ghanaians, pay attention to this. Then after that, you carry your documents to the VFS office. For Ghanaians, take it to the VFS office. Check the embassy website. You are going to find a link that will direct you to the VFS office in Ghana. That link on the embassy website to direct you to the VFS office in Yaoundé. Then from there, you can take your documents, all of them, all right? Make sure you take your documents to the VFS. Then the VFS will tell you how much you are going to pay for the documents to be verified and legalized. Remember, verification is different. Legalization is different. So you must know these differences and the prices. Everything is on the website of the embassy. There are even videos on this YouTube channel I did some time ago explaining all these procedures. Now, before I continue with all the requirements you are going to be applying for the residence permit to study in Austria, let me also quote here that a document, like for example, a transcript with 2 pages, 3 pages is one document. A certificate with two sides, that is front and back, is one document. All right. Any document with 4 pages is one document. So when you are going to the embassy, know that you are going to pay for one. If let me say the legalization is 80 euros for one document, which means your transcript are 4 pages, you are not going to pay separately for those 4. You are paying 80 euros for those 4 pages of the transcript. All right. I'm saying this because someone asked me this question few days ago. Now, for the documents you will be needing to apply for your residence permit to Austria, first, I want to start with the international passport. It is very, very important. Please do not start booking any appointment where your passport is not ready. Of course, your passport is supposed to be ready because before you even apply for the university, you have to upload a copy of your passport. That is what I know. Now, when your passport is ready, know that it should have at least 1 year to validity, or let me say to the expiring date, because a lot of people still don't understand this scenario. When you take a passport to the embassy that is almost to expiring date, for example, if it's 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you may not know, but the visa officials, they know these things. They might not give you the visa because they know that you don't think, because your passport cannot be left 6 months and you are applying for a visa to move to another country. These are some of the petty things that they will always consider when you are applying for a visa to move to Austria or to any other country. I always emphasize on this. So pay attention to this, all right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the insurance. The insurance is a document that you must get. Anybody must get an insurance. If you are from Africa, of course, you need an insurance to board an airplane because you cannot enter a plane without a medical insurance or a travel insurance. The insurance is very important because if anything happens, they are going to cover up for everything. If your bag gets missing, they will pay for it. If anything happens, they are going to cover it. So they cannot even allow you to apply without an insurance. And again, you cannot board an airplane without them seeing that you had this document in place. So always verify where to get your insurance from. If you cannot find information on the embassy's website on how to get the insurance, make sure you check AXA Insurance and ask them how you are going to go about it, or ask your university. They will tell you exactly what you need. When asking them, make sure you specify your country and the program you are applying for. Okay, now another thing you need is a passport size photograph. Of course, when applying for visas anywhere, you need a passport size photograph for them, because sometimes for them to identify your file, they will need to clip your passport size photograph on the top corner, or let me say on the top right corner, in order to know what is or who is who on the files, all right? Because you are not the one applying for the visa alone. Then the next thing you need to prove is proof of accommodation. I remember talking about accommodation in one of my videos when I said sometimes it may be difficult for you as a black to find accommodation in a city like Vienna, but if you are studying in any other city, it is good to check accommodation often when you are staying in your home country. And that is the reason. Without you paying or showing a document that you have accommodation secured in Austria, it is going to be difficult for you because nobody is going to listen to you at the embassy. Please pay attention to this. It is very, very, very important. Do not forget, all right? Accommodation is very important. Sometimes the landlords or maybe the house owners may even ask you to pay more money compared to other students, but you shouldn't look at that. When you are fighting to go to a new country, make sure you put in all your energy, your resources, so that you can succeed, all right? That is why I always tell people to focus more on their proof of funds, which is the next thing I want to come to now. Now, I recently watched a video somewhere someone was talking about you multiplying your tuition fee in Austria by 12 for 1 year, which means that you are going to be applying for a residence permit for 1 year. Then you sum the money together and show as proof of funds. It is totally wrong, all right? Remember, Austrian universities will charge you just 363 euros a month, 363 euros a year for a program, or maybe per semester, especially public universities or government universities. Now, remember in Austria, you cannot spend just let's assume that you are spending at least 390 euros per month for food, maybe accommodation and all the rest. Then if you sum all of that, you see that the money is less. But again, remember when you are providing proof of funds to study in a foreign country, you need to sum all your tuition fee, calculate the money and add. Then you sum all your accommodation plus feeding, you calculate again for 12 months and you add. So this person said, anyway, let me not quote anything here. Just know that you need to provide money heavy in your bank account. It must be in your own personal bank account when you are applying for a residence permit to Austria or a student visa or whatever, all right? Make the money to be in your bank account. Without it being in your bank account, you are in serious trouble. And the money, like I always say, is 12,000 euros. It can be 9,000, it can be 10,000, it can be 11 or 12,000 euros. But remember, if your program is a private program, or let me say, if you are going to be studying in a private university and someone is going to be studying in a public university, remember the person studying in a public university has a lower tuition fee than you in a private university. So therefore, you in a private university need to show higher proof of funds than the person in a public university. Do not forget this. It is very, very important because a lot of students, I came to realize that a lot of students don't know some of these things. Now, the other document you need to show to the embassy is your acceptance letter, because without the acceptance letter, you cannot apply for the visa. The acceptance letter is your purpose of applying for the visa, because when you want to apply for a visa, you need to show why you are applying for the visa, a proof or a reason they should give you the visa, all right? So an acceptance letter is acceptable, and that is what you should know. Again, confirmation of admissions, I already talked about that. Then you also need your certificates, your educational certificates like your WAEC, your ordinary levels, your advanced level, your WESE, your more mature, all right, your transcripts. All these documents have to be available, and you must take them to the embassy. When going to the embassy, make sure you put all the documents in order, all right? In order here, I mean that the documents have to be photocopies and originals, because the embassy is going to do only on originals. All right, sometimes someone was asking me, would they give back my originals to me if I submit to them? Of course, if you give them your originals, they already know they will submit back to you, but I do not think they are going to legalize originals, because originals are carrying the stamps of your country, the country that issued the certificate, but photocopies carrying the verified or certification stamps means that you are going to leave them to the university. So it doesn't it's nothing if at all you use but the certified copies, all right, or the photocopies that were certified for you. So this is how you have to apply for, or the procedure you have to go. Again, when you gather all these documents, you don't just gather them and go to the embassy. You have to book an appointment and get an appointment date. Very, very important. Book an appointment. The system is very simple online, all right. Like I said, the system is simple. So for you to book an appointment, you just need to go to the online portal, you check very well, you book an appointment, you select a date, and that is it. Then the appointment will be confirmed by the visa official or maybe the consular official, and you go for your interview. Again, remember that I said that your documents must be legalized before you go. You can carry the documents to the embassy at once, pay for legalization, then when they are to be legalized, because you may pay somebody to go do it for you, you can go yourself. But if you do not go yourself, pay for legalization at the embassy. You can be paying and applying for the residence permit as once. All right, but remember, the residence permit doesn't take too much time, but the legalization may take some few days. So you can decide on when to go to Abuja. I'm now talking with respect to Cameroonians who intend to apply from Abuja, because a lot of African countries do not have the Austrian embassy in their home country or in any city. So this is basically what you need, how to apply for the residence permit, and of course the requirements. Study starts in, let me say, in Austria in September, October. So if you want to apply, make sure you apply as fast as possible. For part-time jobs, you always get part-time jobs, okay? The cities are well organized, all right? There are jobs for international students, but you may need a small part of the language, or the Austrian or the German, in order to interact with the locals. But it is not a problem. You can always learn the language as fast as possible, because foreign languages are not that expensive to learn, though I still have difficulties learning one particular language like that in my home country. So that is how it is. All right, guys, so I believe this is the end of the video. If there is any other document I've forgotten, I think the police character has to be inside this application file, but I'm not very sure. But remember, the police character, as a student or as a young man, you should avoid the police station. If you fall in crime, when you are asking for a police character, it will appear on it, and this is a very big blow for you trying to apply for a student visa to move to any European country. When you have a police case, it is going to be very difficult for you. So always try to avoid issues that will lead you into problems. All right, understand that Austria has a lot of universities, more than 30 universities, and also private universities. There are universities you can study even diploma programs in Austria. There are universities you can study even medicine in Austria, but understand that medicine and nursing are all taught in the German language. So you need the German language, at least a B2 qualification or certificate, or even A1. It is still acceptable that you are going to study more. So that is the information I had for you today. Understand that very soon it will be July, so you have to act very fast in order to process your stuff. For those of you who will be applying to Finland as well, there are videos, and always check the embassy website to know all the latest developments. Okay, until we meet again in another one, guys. Peace.